A quick reminder for our viewers, the conversation has taken place between Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan and Prime Minister Modi, the Prime Minister designate of India. There has been no invitation extended to the Pakistani Prime Minister for Mr. Modi's swearing in, which will take place at towards the end of this month. We'll keep track of that story and much more coming out of India for you. But for now, let's turn our attention to Russia, which has been ordered to immediately release the 24 Ukrainian sailors and 3 naval ships by an international maritime tribunal. The official body has said, and I quote, "The Russian Federation must proceed immediately to release the Ukrainian soldiers and allow them to return to Ukraine." End quote. Last year in November, the sailors and the ships were seized off of Crimea after the Russian Navy opened fire on them. Moscow had said that the sailors had violated the maritime border near the peninsula. This came after the Ukrainian vessels had tried to pass through the Kerch Strait, the only access to Ukrainian ports on the Sea of Azov. This aggravates the ongoing dispute between Russia and Ukraine. The strait is under the control of Russia after Kremlin annexed the Crimea in 2014. Russia refuses to recognize the Maritime Tribunal's orders. Ukraine's new president, Volodymyr Zelensky, called on Russia to comply with the tribunal's order. He wrote on Facebook that this could be the first signal from the Russian leadership about real readiness to end the conflict with Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russia is continuing to build its dominance in the Arctic with the launch of a nuclear-powered icebreaker, the Ural. The powerful vessel was floated out from St. Petersburg port and will be ready for its first trip in 2022. It will help Russia tap the commercial potential in the Arctic, more specifically the undiscovered oil reserves in the region. The icebreaker is part of a trio of nuclear-powered icebreakers which have been commissioned by President Vladimir Putin with the idea of creating a year-round navigation in the Arctic. The other 2 vessels, that is the Arktika and the Sibir, will enter the service before the Ural. The drive is aimed at countering the traditional dominance of Canada, the United States and Norway in the high north. President Putin has declared that he expects the Northern Sea route to be operated by 13 icebreakers by 2035.